How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Virtual History 360. I'm Mr. Wade, and this is your yesterday's history for the Federalist unit for Level 3, which, as a reminder, says, I can analyze the impact of political parties on John Adams' presidency, especially in regards to foreign affairs. So, John Adams takes over, still a Federalist president, so he's still in this unit, but man, things definitely changed with Washington stepping down, right? So, we talked about a bunch of different things, so let's kind of break it down. We talk about political parties, right? You have the Federalists, which we kind of had to start, but now you have a really strong showing in the Democratic Republicans. Of course, Jefferson is second in the election, becomes vice president, right? And even though Washington warned against us, now we have two parties in the White House, right? So that's kind of a big deal. So you can see that the president and vice president not wanting to work well together, they're at odds. That's something big. But let's talk about the events that actually happened during Adams' presidency. Just a quick review. We have the Thexyz Affair. Now, why is this? Because France being at war with England, the United States being neutral, we have Jay's Treaty, all this good stuff going on, right? Now, France is mad that we signed a treaty with England, so they attack our ships. Well, we need to negotiate a peace with France now. We already had Jay's Treaty. Now we need something with France. Well, France refuses to meet with us. They say, you got to pay us a bribe. If you don't pay us a bribe, you're not going to meet with us. They didn't send anyone fancy. They sent three representatives of the diplomats to meet with us. And we don't know their names. All we know is in the notes they wrote X, Y, and Z. That's why this became known as the Thexyz Affair, because France demanded a bribe. Well, the United States refused to pay. Almost went to war, but things did end up calming down. Cooler heads prevailed. Then you have two different things, the Alien Acts and the Sedition Acts. Basically, it's kind of stemming from the Thexyz Affair, a distrust in aliens, meaning residents who are not citizens, specifically French residents, right? And this was part of the Naturalization Act, which required the length of living here to go from 5 years to 14 years, to make sure that you were true citizens, not just anyone could be a citizen and vote, right? And the government could imprison or deport any male from an enemy country in the event of war. Think about going to war with France. We'll get to that in just a second. Or you could deport or imprison any non-citizen, the alien, right? Then you have the Sedition Act. And this is kind of always covered at the same time, but it's two different things. That allowed the government to arrest or censor anyone who spoke against the government. Seems like it goes against our First Amendment rights, doesn't it? Think about that. Okay, so you have all this going on. Like, this is just a big mess because Adams wants to go with France, or goes to war with France. People did, some people didn't. It was a mess, right? And you have these acts that are just fanning the flames, right? Well, in comes Virginia and Kentucky, and these Virginia and Kentucky resolutions basically nullified the Alien and Sedition Acts because they claimed and declared that they were unconstitutional. And this really gave a strong footing for the idea of states' rights, that states could overturn federal laws that were unconstitutional, and keeping the federal government from becoming too powerful. Okay, so here's your bellwork question for today. You have the Thexyz Affair, you have the Alien and Sedition Acts. I want you to tell me which one of those was most important or impactful. Okay, that's your bellwork question. Thexyz Affair, Alien and Sedition Acts, which was more impactful to our history that we're learning, okay? So, answer your bellwork, be awesome, and for Virtual History 360, I'm Mr. Wade. I'll see you next time.